All right, a very good morning, everybody. Hey, it's good to be alive, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the opening bell. I'm Ashley Reeve here, guys, and what a blessing to be alive today. Before we get started, remember, the information we discuss in the video is opinion and should not be construed as advice in any way. So once again, it's a brand new trading week, and it's good to be with you here. Let's get on with today, guys. Let's maybe just look at a quick recap of last week. We had a very interesting time with some of the news that came out last week. Possible worries over U.S. Government shutdown. This actually pushed the gold price higher. Excuse me. I'm actually in a short right now with the S&P 500. Just so by the way. I'm seeing it, actually tip out right there at that point at 6678. I got in with some of the minute charts, sitting in some fantastic profits right now. And we're going to see how this, develops as the morning continues. But it's looking fantastic. And obviously with this, we're getting the NAS 100 as well. But last week, a fantastic push there from gold. The Kiwi there, guys, New Zealand dollar did, bounce slightly from a 5-month low. But it does remain under pressure because markets are expecting another rate cut from the Reserve Bank of New Zealand. So we're waiting to see what happens there. When a rate cut comes, that does weaken the currency. Then obviously Australia as well, guys. It did rise a little bit above or ahead of, rather, the Reserve Bank of Australia's meeting. Markets expect that the RBA is going to hold the rates steady for now, but to cut again in November, and this is going to give us some fantastic movement then to the downside, should that be the case. All right, but we're going to take it day by day, and we're going to look at it, from a technical point of view, level by level. All right, and then obviously we also have the U.S. stocks, which you can see right now. It did end lower last week, guys. Strong economic data reduced the hopes for any aggressive Fed cuts. And I'm seeing, and I'm actually a beneficiary of that lower end, and you can see it's pushing down nicely. Now this is the S&P 500. You also want to check out the GBP yen today. The yen is strengthening, guys, against the US dollar. It actually strengthened already early this morning, which is fantastic. We're seeing it. We could just rebound maybe somewhere here and then later push up again. All right, so if the guys are capitalizing on that today, you might get a support, and then we push up again. So any trade is going to come now is going to happen, roughly down in this area, and expecting it to possibly push up again, because this is actually rising. I mentioned to the guys in the market review meeting this morning, I don't actually use any indicators. But we do understand there's a lot of people that use different indicators for different reasons. One of the ones you can use is oscillators, very nice to use, or rather a bunch of indicators, whether it's the bear's power, the bull's power, you can use that. The force index is a beautiful one. The RSI is a beautiful one. Now, the force index here that I'm using for the guys that are watching, it has a 0 parameter, position, if I can put it like that. And what happens here is when the price is beneath the 0 mark, it means that the sellers have obviously come in. When the average here, that this blue line is above the 0 line, it means the buyers are forcing the price up. Now, right now, at this point on the lower time frames, you're seeing it push to the downside, all right? So that's why I'm saying you're getting a lot of selling opportunities right now in the morning, but that's about it. And then obviously we're looking to see what happens at the US Open this afternoon. So don't get caught in the wrong direction. Look at what's happening. There is no divergence right here. You can see prices pushing up right there, and you can see prices pushing up there as well. So there's definitely buyers here at this point in time. There is just a correction that is taking place now, all right, at this point in time. So that's the USD JPY, but the GBP yen and the CHF yen has not fallen yet, all right? So we're waiting for that fall to happen. We're waiting for price to really push below. You can see the 199.734. Let me just take this off so you can see it. We're waiting for price to push below the 199.734. Before I want to engage in this, I'm waiting for that to happen. So I'll be waiting here for the first set of criteria right there to break, and then I'll be waiting for the trend to break as well. So I'll be going after that one. That's the GBP yen, but I'm going to wait a little bit to possibly push down to about 198. All right, and from a pip perspective, that's about 94 pips available there from that drop, but I'm waiting for it. I want to see what's happening. That's the area that I'm looking for, all right? But the S&P 500, you can't say I'm already in right there. I got in right at the top. I actually traded on the minute and the 2-minute frame. So this is looking phenomenal at this point in time. There's the drop on the S&P. And then the CHF also waiting for that drop, guys. CHF JPY, like I mentioned, the force index right now is showing us that there are sellers that's forcing the price down. And I'm also waiting for a clear cut below that trend line over there and the support level. Once I've broken beneath that zone, I'm going to go in for my shorts over here, looking to capitalize about 80 pips as well. So it's about 80 pips on the CHF, 80 pips on the GBP yen, and then obviously I got the S&P that I'm in as well. And obviously, guys, this week, US focus, guys. Markets are watching closely for their job data. You know, it's NFP Friday. Private payrolls and manufacturing PMI to guide those Fed expectations. The government shutdown deadline is Tuesday. Tomorrow is also a big risk for markets. And so obviously, if that does happen, the S&P is dropping even further, guys. All right. Central banks is also a focus, guys. Don't forget that the Reserve Bank of Australia is expected to keep those rates unchanged. But November easing is likely, meaning that cut, all right? And then obviously, as well as the New Zealand Reserve Bank as well. They could cut the rates again next week, keeping that New Zealand dollar under pressure. And then obviously from a commodities perspective this morning, gold remains very strong this morning. Look at that. It remains pretty strong on those Fed cut bets and dollar weakness. And lastly, perhaps maybe just the oil price is steady at this point in time, guys, but is sensitive to the U.S. shutdown and those trade tariffs. At this point in time, you can see it is actually just at this level, around $68 a barrel. That's the Brent. And then obviously we also can look at the WTI move together, not at the same time, but they definitely have their similarities. And let's go and look at that one real quickly as well, so that you have a nice rounded view of what is happening as we open up this morning. Look at that. They're sitting at similar prices. You can see it there as well, $64 a barrel. Obviously, with this here, guys, you're going to find that this becomes a very important point, 64. And you can, once again, use those indicators if you want. You can use the RSI, also fantastic relative strength index. This morning, I'm just focusing a little bit more on the force index to give the guys some options there. So you can see the divergence that's happening here. We're waiting for the drop here. So there's a very big possibility we could get that news that we expect tomorrow. Look at that. Pushing up there, but there's divergence. So we're expecting some movement to happen beneath $64 a barrel over there. And then obviously, guys, don't forget the support area here. You can take your trend line up from that area, all right? You can take your trend line up from 61.58 all the way up to try and engage a possible take profit roughly around the 63, the 62 area mark there, all right? But for this morning's focus, S&P 500, GBP yen, CHF yen, the yen looking beautiful this morning, all right? But I'll see you guys, tomorrow in the trading room, guys. We do have some, moves happening tomorrow as well. Don't forget it. We are looking and trading, at least looking towards the NFP. So we'll have quite a few setups that is happening tomorrow. We have the Aussie dollar, a rate statement. We have the US dollar job openings happening tomorrow at 4 p.m. So we'll be in the trading room tomorrow at 2 o'clock. So don't miss out, all right? Don't miss out. 2 o'clock tomorrow, we'll be doing some live trading over there. But for this morning, opening bell, CHF JPY, GBP JPY, and the S&P 500. Guys, have a fantastic Monday. See you guys. All right, have a fantastic one. If you'd like to open up that account with us, don't forget www.tdmarkets.com. Also, you can email us at care@tdmarkets.com. What a pleasure. So good to be alive. Good to be with you guys. Have a fantastic one. Ashley Reeve checking out.